Hey everyone. 1 second. I'm going to go close this window. That was bright. Sun was bright there. How's everybody doing? I'm going to give you guys a second to jump on the stream here. Check my phone. Check Twitter, etc., etc. While we are waiting for everybody to jump on, I want to mention a perspective that came to me yesterday. So I knew when I promoted Mammoth Nation yesterday, there were going to be some people who didn't like the conservative angle. And I asked myself, not whether or not it would offend people, but do I actually care? Do I actually give a damn? And the way in which those who were offended chose to express their discontentment with my choice affirmed unequivocally to me that no, I do not care. So let's just go ahead and I'll say this as plainly as I possibly can. Yes, thank you, T. Cole. Free Top G in the chat. I like people who are in the middle. I like moderate liberals. I like moderate conservatives. I like relatively strong liberals. I like relatively strong conservatives. Thank you for the teal pair, the Texas man. I don't like the extremes of either side. I don't like extreme conservatives. I don't like extreme liberals. And when I use the word woke, that's exactly what I meant. It's anti-woke. Because what I don't like about extreme conservatives is the most extreme ones can, well, let's be honest, be a little racist at times. But the extreme liberals, I don't like them because they are anti-America. The simple fact that I am a straight white male, they don't like me. It's pro-communism to be woke, pro-socialism to be woke. And if you get offended by the word woke, bye-bye. I don't care. The manner of the discontent that I saw people having. Thank you, Bomberry. Appreciate that. Hello, William Kelly. The way it came across, if you watch yesterday's morning show, it came across as everybody matters. Black, white, male, female. Doesn't matter if you're straight, gay, trans, whatever. It's all inclusive. Patriotism is not a bad thing. Our country's not perfect, but why don't you try some of the other countries in the world? And yet the way that these woke extreme liberals decided to come at this with the whole, oh, you're conservative leaning? You must be a racist. You must. I swear it's the exact reason why people hate woke people. It was the kind of woke that gives woke a bad name. So if the idea of a pro-American family businesses website competing with Amazon, competing with China, competing with big corporations offends you, bye-bye. And I don't care at all. Hi, Lori. How you doing? So now that we've got that out of the way, SLF in the chat, what do you have to say? Or are you just talking about the idiocy that is ingraining itself in America? Because, yeah, that's idiocy. Yeah, so anti-woke, anti-China, anti-Amazon, anti-big corporation, pro-America, pro-American families, pro-mom and pops, the kind of things that are being pushed out by the Matrix right now. And if you don't know what I mean when I'm talking about the Matrix, I mean the same thing that you'd get from watching the movie. Same thing Top G's talk about. All right. We are being given a false reality, whether it's this minority extremist rule or you'll get canceled, whether it's the discourse on climate change, on COVID, or on a million other things. We are being presented with a false reality to keep us as mental slaves so that we can be taken advantage of by the machine. And I do use that as a metaphor. Yeah, against that. So that's why I promote Mammoth Nation. Been looking for something like this for 12 years. I get 1,000 requests a day, and I have for a decade, to promote this, promote that, become an affiliate for this, become an affiliate for that. I finally found one I like, something that not only is doing something right, to vote with our mouths, to vote with our wallets, because that's the only vote they actually care about. Where's that money going? So yeah, the link to that is down below, and they've been kind enough to offer observers a 30% off discount. Just use the links down below and the promo code I've got in there. Okay, then. So I guess where we go from here is another thing you have a link to down below is my Twitter. And if you want to pop over there, there is a little preview of something that'll be in the morning news tomorrow. Absolutely gorgeous solar eruption today. Poses no threat to Earth. It came off the Earth-facing northern portion of the sun, and it erupted northward, so it's not coming our way. Thank you, T. Cole. I like you too, buddy. And thank you, Jay Henmei. I'm sorry if I botched that, but yeah, common sense is not common anymore. We are living in an idiocracy. Yeah, if you want to pop over to the Twitter, there is a preview of tomorrow morning's news. At least one thing that'll be in the news tomorrow, that's for sure. What other links are down there? Oh, yeah, the Earth Disaster playlist, which if you're here on the live stream, and you haven't watched the Earth Disaster playlist, stop, go down there and click that button. Because a lot of what we're going to be talking about here won't make any sense if you haven't watched that. So the only other thing down there is linked to our stores, which if you haven't heard, our stores are going to be transitioning away from selling our merchandise. That you will be able to still get Cat's children's books there, which are fantastic, by the way. But essentially, last couple of days to get some of the soon-to-be retired designs and styles there. So appreciate on all counts. Appreciate the support from Mammoth Nation. Would love to see you over there on our Twitter account. Definitely would love to see you watching the playlist. And love to see you send our store out with a bang. What's up, Peace Lizard? Already joined Mammoth. That's what I like to see. Thanks for all you do, Ben, and to you, Kat, and Adrian, too. Yes, Adrian, I recall we answered his phone call right in the middle of the last podcast. He's a useful mammal. I don't know what to say. He's a useful guy. He's kind of intelligent, too. But anyway. All right, so we're getting going here. All right, we have a fair number of people watching at this point, so perhaps I will just desaltify. Get ready for this barrage of questions that's going to be coming. Richard, can't you just see them already? Fire Dog says, chronologically, idiocracy happened before the fifth element. I can see how the former bleeds into the latter. Yeah. Nice reference there to the movie, by the way. That's a good movie. Yeah. That's actually what I want to say to any extreme leftists who were offended by yesterday's morning show. Commercial. Anyway, hope you need a Reiki session. I think what some folks don't understand is, what's up, Mark? How you doing? I'm not angry. I haven't actually been angry or salty on any of these podcasts, but I can see trends in the comment sections of the daily videos and in these live chats and in the emails of when not everybody, but a certain percentage of the population just needs a good knocking around, needs to be woken up a little bit, needs a little more of something like that. M. Pierce, you need Reiki. I do meditation every day. I am perfectly calm. I am here partially and admittedly in character. One, because there needs to be a certain level of appreciation for where we are on the timeline. And when I actually go and directly take a smack at somebody, here's why. It's because I see they need it. If I take a swipe at you, it's because I'm thinking ahead to the swipe that the earth and the sun are going to take at us in the near future. And I'm saying to myself, man, you have no chance. Let's start slapping you around now. Let's get you toughened up now. Have an appreciation for that. Yuki, where we go? I still suck at scrolling. Hey, Ben, thanks for the great space weather news through the years. Do you have any links to papers or studies that show the effect of substances on the human biofield, preprint or peer-reviewed? I've seen several, but a lot of the stuff is in books, and a lot of the stuff you can find in if you actually find somebody who's got certain devices that can measure and quantify things about the human energy field. Not to mention that anything that is going to take away from your cognition, anything that's going to make you tired, anything that's going to make you addicted, anything that's going to give you an up and then a down, is taking away from your body field. It is altering your body field. There's just no question about that. But in terms of specific peer-reviewed papers, I don't have one like that. Jay Henmei, thank you for the teal pair. Appreciate it. And also Ralph is here. Hello, Ralph. How you doing? Loving how your studio's coming along. Like the background looks good. Yeah, it is in progress. When we get the new camera in here, it's going to look a lot better. I'll say that much. But right now, it's basically just the backdrop. Camera's coming. Mics are coming. Better lights are coming. So I don't look like I'm talking to you from a 1980s television broadcast. I understand, and thank you for bearing with me. Thanks, Apple, for putting a Bush League camera in my damn MacBook Pro. Clowns. Ryan B says, hey, Ben, when you speak of Faraday cages, I really don't. Being no good in the micronova event, is there any way to protect conductive items? A plastic tub. Just a plastic tub. Plastic is going to be way better. One, because what we're talking about is induced electricity into the crust, bleeding out into your things. That's what we're mostly talking about here. And it's not going to come through plastic. It's got plenty of other ways to go around it. Plastic. Good question, though. Bro, absolutely love the energy you bring. Thank you. T. Cole, you're on fire today. Boom, boom. Yeah, I will admit, I am here partially in character because it needs to happen. Some of you need to get a little slap, and some of you need a little reminder about where we are on the timeline. And if this is how it has to be done, then maybe you don't need to see me zen calm, even though that's what I can be at a moment's notice. Then you need Reiki. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. After all of this, everything that's happened and everything you've seen on the channel, 8 different scientific fields, me being years ahead of it, being able to predict earthquakes. You think I don't know what I'm doing at this point? Hi, Denise. How you doing? Good evening to you too. Thank you for what you do. I don't think you are salty at all or mad. No, I'm very happy, dude. I love how blunt you are. Right on. My husband and I love your show. Well, thank you, Denise, and thank you, Denise's husband. Ragtag Dirtbag, what's up, buddy? We missed you. We missed you, buddy, on the last one. I understand you were busy, but we still missed you. What's the limit? Wait, I'm going to read this. I'm learning my lesson. I'm going to read this before I read it out loud. He says, what's the limit on human meat one could eat before prion overload clogs the blood-brain barrier? Hashtag Donner Party. I do not know. All I know is there was a time when I thought that this was going to be a fantastically abundant food source, and then they started jabbing everybody. And I'd be afraid to eat anybody. Oh, well. Hey, Shannon, sending you and Kat love from the prairies of Kansas. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated there. Ryan B, thank you. Can't wait to see your meet with Bear. Me too. For those who don't know, me and Bear Independent are going to get at it here in early March. So keep an eye open for that. I remember when I first talked about that, someone was like, "Be careful, Ben. I think Bear might be trying to snake you. I think Bear might be trying to snake you." One, I have no idea where you'd be getting that idea. Two, do you have any idea what I do to trolls? Do you see what I did to Dan in the winter when he came on here? Yeah. Those two things make me slightly less than afraid. Plus, he's been very cool over email. He seems like a really nice dude. And on the chance that I'm wrong, I don't think I am. I think he is a good dude. In case I'm wrong, God help him. But I don't think I'm wrong. I think he's actually a good dude. So I actually don't even know where those, "Be careful, Ben, be careful of Bear Independent." I don't know where that came from. Pretty sure that he's a good dude. Anyway. Sweet Polly Purebred, let me just tell you, the Roku disease should be afraid of me. No, I'm not going to be afraid of that at all. Being afraid of anything is not a good idea. Red Bull Energy, I have no idea. Whenever, just hit him up and get on the waiting list. Joe Rogan has made it very clear he wants nothing to do with me. So there's that. How are you guys doing? You guys feeling good tonight? Feeling awesome? It was pec day in the gym. It's my favorite day. Definitely my favorite day. Definitely like it more than leg day. I'll skip leg day, though. Can't skip leg day. Deplorable T3%. Why no Joe Rogan? Because he won't invite me. If Joe Rogan invited me, yeah, I would go out. Of course I would. Oh, I see a question about asteroids. So somebody was asking a question about more asteroids being seen last couple of years. This is because of the 4x increase in asteroid observatories that have been put up. Somebody sent me a chart to the thing, and it showed this graph from 2006 where it just goes up and up and up and up every year. And then I was like, all right, well, let me see the actual data from the stations. Half the stations weren't there in 2006. A quarter of them weren't there in 2011. Some of them were put in just the last couple of years. Some of the other ones got new or expanded capabilities in the last year or two. So that's actually why the numbers look so crazy by comparison. Dalton Miller, I can't believe am I gonna entertain questions about pec workouts for real? Good workouts for the lower pecs. I am not a fitness expert. I do regular bench press. I do incline bench press. To isolate the lower pec, I stand there with dumbbells and I pull them this way while squeezing the lower pec. It's not like a bicep curl. It's you keep this straight and you bring them in like that. For upper, fly machine where you go like this? Don't do that. Bring them to here, then bring this one all the way across, and then this one all the way across. Better range of motion, better development. I'm not a fitness expert. I am not a fitness trainer. I don't have whatever license you need to do that, but that's just what I do. Miracle stories. Moving to Colorado Springs in 2 weeks. Yeah. When you get here, send me an email. We'll have a welcome coffee session. Okay, back to Los Questions. Wishing you well today, Ben. Thank you for what you do. Been listening from the beginning. Intend on leading a group of families through the Super Bowl, the cosmic Super Bowl together. Prayer is about what it does to the one praying. Much love, everyone. Thank you, official Lucid Traveler. Much appreciated. By the way, I think this is as many of my moderators that I've ever had here all at one time. Seeing Stormy, Nebulosity, seeing John Mallard. The only one that's not here is Adrian. But he's busy. I know, because I just talked to him. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. I don't know how to reach him, but would you have a long form convo with Eric Weinstein about solar physics? That would be an amazing podcast. Here's more money for the teal pear tattoo. Man, I really should get a teal pear tattoo to go with the rest of these, shouldn't I? That'd be nice. I don't know who Eric Weinstein is, but if he invites me, especially if he invites me to talk about solar physics, I'm going to be like, yep. T. Cole says, you don't need Joe or Tim, presuming Joe Rogan or Tim Pool. You've reached so many already. Most would just want to know about their location. That's true. The ones that needed it have found you. That's an interesting point. I do think that there is something to be said for getting this far into the clown world and not finding your place yet. Like the people who are like, hey, I just found you last week. I'm like, okay, how can I help you? I suppose they can't all be accidentally finding me at this time, but still, like, how do you get to like this far into the clown world and you're like just now getting to the point where, never mind. Just never mind. Kantara, that's funny. GSD Alpha, thank you for the teal pair. Much appreciated on that one. We had an unexpected blizzard last night. It was supposed to snow 2 days ago when you heard me complaining about it. Wasn't supposed to snow yesterday. We had an unexpected blizzard at night. Stupid sky. Halls and the kid. I'm still pushing to get Ben on Timcast. Finally heard back from our booker today. She hasn't ruled him out. I'll keep at it. Cool. I would go on Timcast as well. If Tim or Joe invite me, I'll go. It's not a problem. Yeah, KO, trust the weather science. Yeah, the gods did give Colorado snow last night. Woof. I happened to be out last night. Not like out late, but I was out at like 7:30. Thinking it was no problem. No. Wow, really? 12 to 20 inches of snow in Utah? Kantara Bella. We didn't get that much snow. We did not get that much snow. Shane Walker, well, then maybe I can redirect the mark. I have that effect on some people. Negative 35 in North Dakota. Holy moly. Mark Clapton. Would Great Dividing Range on the east coast of Australia be enough at 2,200 meters above sea level? Or should my tribe start building an ark? Maybe and yes. If you've got food, if you've got supplies, if you've got a plan, if you've got a location, if you've got all that other stuff planned out, don't just sit there. Wonder when the micronova's coming. Wonder when the Earth's going to flip over. Everything. Do everything. Everything you possibly can. Deplorable. Will we see an increase in Sprite lightning? Yeah, we already are. We already are. It's becoming more sporadic around the world too, seeing in places it's not normally seen. And they're like, oh, thanks to this new technology, and we now see these sprites here. And they're like, we guess they've always been here. No. And it just so happens as the same areas seeing record amounts of lightning. Oh, but yeah, they always had these sprites. Silence, Al. Oh, where is that? Somebody tried to write, check out response to Ben Davidson. Yeah, you should see my response to that video where I absolutely destroy him. I always love how haters will come on and they will take one video that somebody made against me, which is a shit video, and then not say anything or not even go take a look at my response video to it. Thank you for, where's you going to block this moron? Yeah. I eat trolls for breakfast. After many years of studying ancient megalithic ruins, oh, hey, Rabbit Hole, what's up? In ancient texts, I realized there was a massive cataclysm, maybe cyclical. Then I found you. It's a good way to go about it. But Doug, it's so much more fun to engage, especially when you know you can't lose. Why not engage? Why not throw a W up there? Let them take the L and walk. Let them take the L and walk. Why not? Love the new backdrop. Thank you. Most of my prep food storage is in Mylar bags. I believe they are coated in metal film. Will those be at risk in the micronova? You know, that's one of those maybes. Kind of like, will all my ammunition go pop, pop, pop? I don't know. Maybe. I have a metal screw in my hip. Am I in big trouble? I don't know. Maybe. It would be better if you put those Mylar bags in something plastic. But I can't even guarantee you they're at risk in the first place. It's just one of those things. Homer talk. You like anecdotes? You like anecdotes. You like just spitting out random things that sound nice when you can't handle what's being said in front of you. I've been being told that for so long. And you know what? It's just been this, buddy. It's just been this, buddy. The numbers here on YouTube, the journals, the papers that are being peer reviewed. When you know, you know. There's a big difference between confidence and like prideful, stick my nose up at everybody, blah, blah, blah. Moron. Yeah. My saltiness is directly related to the chat section. House says, Ben, I'm 50 in Los Angeles my whole life. I'll be 70 when the cosmic Super Bowl hits. I have no idea how to live in snow. Should I bother to move to South Colorado or ride the tsunami of doom? Whatever you feel like doing, buddy. It's not like if you've never lived in snow, it's not that challenging. Like jackets and hats exist for a reason. It's really not that bad. It's really just not that bad. The worst part about it is when you have stuff to do all day, you have 3 children who are in school, and then they cancel school because of the snow, and you can't get anything done. That's like the worst part about snow. Mark Miller, can I use copper pipe for my Tesla rod, or should I use solid copper? I have no idea. It doesn't matter. They're both going to melt in the micronova anyway. And if you're standing anywhere near them, they're going to kill you. So, have I ever had a discussion debate with Neil deGrasse Tyson? No. No, I have not. God, that would be a bloodbath. You stopped being a real scientist years ago. Somebody just asked me when I'm going to pat the salty index. I don't know. Like, I have to come up with the index first. Like right now I'm at like an appropriate ribeye seasoning level. Oh, Don Z with an excellent question. Why so few likes on the video? Do you guys not like me? No, but seriously though. Andrew, no, I'm not coming to Detroit. We're going to the places that are listed on there. We asked for people to host, and those who stepped up, places that stepped up, that's where we're going. And yes, KO, do not fly a kite in the micronova. All right, first of all, Red Bull Energy. There's no such thing as biceps and triceps day. Those should be on separate days. One is a push. The other is a pull. If you're going to do pushes, you're also getting your shoulder, your front shoulders, and your pecs. If you're doing any kind of pulls, You need to be getting the rest of your back as well. And just doing your whole upper body in one day, yeah, you might get a good fat loss or cardio workout, but you're not really going to be doing enough to build muscle. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, bro. Cue somebody saying, "Holla, bruv, that's a funny statement. I only hear that in South London." Is that true, or do you also hear it here? Looking forward to Charlotte. I'm looking forward to Charlotte as well. I'm looking forward to all the events. I love Observer events. If you've never been to an Observer event, it is like what a family reunion is supposed to be, or like what a family reunion was like when you were a child and all the adults hid all the drama and everything from you. And it was literally just an awesome time with your family and your cousins and your uncles and your aunts. That's what an Observer event is like. Rabbit hole again. Hey, Ben, I'm literally running on the beach with scissors in both my hands and a spork in my mouth. That sounds lovely. Will I survive the 12,000-year disaster cycle? Of course you will. I'm just going to go down the rabbit hole. You and Ragtag Dirtbag are going to come out of that thing smoking. Feel bad for whoever meets you guys after this. Anyway. Did somebody just ask me why I'm so angry? Did you miss the first part of the show and you decide you're going to go like this anyway? I'm not angry. I'm the furthest thing from it. And I'm giving a lot of people what they really need sometimes. A stiff wake-up call or a stiff smack. It's necessary. And it's out of love. But if you grew up in the everybody gets a trophy age, then maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Subcoder. What's up, bro? Wife and I are looking forward to seeing you in San Diego. Yes, we're going to get to see the new merch soon. Next month, brother. Lots of new things coming next month. The studio here will be done. New merchandise next month. E-newsletter / e-magazine next month. Probably more things I can't think of right now. We're going to hit the gas. It's going to be fun. Mammoth Nation was going to wait till next month, but I was like, no, I'm going to do it yesterday. GTC, the flying teal pair. I like that. If I get a tattoo, that's the one I'm getting, the teal pair. 111 6 killer 111 Nibiru. That's all you type is Nibiru. All I'm going to say to you is not real. Sorry, it's not real. Not a thing. San Luis, Colorado is a good one. Southern Bama. Yes, we'll be republishing the books, but I'm probably going to combine them into one book. Because why not? Fast paced. How about Michigan? What? Am I coming to Michigan? Is Michigan going to be safe in the disaster? Do I like the state and all its pretty things? I don't know what you're asking me there. Much appreciated. And Mary, much appreciated. TR Hitch, much appreciated. And Mary, thank you for the laughing teal pair. Love it. Everybody remember to hit that like button. One second. Cat's texting me. I text like a 5-year-old. Like whatever the text version of typing like this is what I do apparently. Observer Living Magazine, skills, toolmaking, etc. No, it's going to be a review of all the science stuff from the last month. Because anybody who can get to like the 30th or 31st day of the month and accurately remember all the stuff that we talked about in the morning show over the last month, you might have hyperthymesia like me. It's not most of you. And a lot of folks have said that this would be helpful, even if it's just a quick reminder. I mean, literally, you can read a couple of paragraphs, like a couple of sentences even, or one paragraph, and you'll immediately, your brain will be like, oh, wait, yes, I do remember that. 2 more sentences. Oh, that's how it fits into the bigger picture. Now I remember. Or, oh, I didn't get it when he said that in the morning news. Now I get it. Basically like a mini book that comes out and puts everything into perspective every month. Denise says, why is Joe Rogan ? And why is he so important? Oh, who is Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan is, how does one answer that question? Who is Joe Rogan? Why is he so important? In reality, I'm not sure he is. But from a practical standpoint, in today's world, Joe Rogan is one of the most important people on the internet. Look him up. He's a big dude. Ragtag dirtbag. Surfboard, brah. Biggest wave ever coming soon. I don't know how to surf. I always wanted to learn. Maybe I will someday. Or maybe I won't. I am somewhat busy. Do I think any electronics will survive in a Faraday bag? I don't know. I have no way to quantify the induced electric currents from a micronova. I just don't know what they're going to be. No clue how powerful they're going to be. They could be powerful enough. Everything metal melts. Do you believe in ancient civilizations? The one like Atlantis or the people who built these megaliths didn't have metal? Where's their metal? Why is it that rock is the only thing that's left? It's a legit question. I should go see if the door is open. Never mind, it is. Hey, Ben, have you come to terms with our flat, plane, non-spinning Earth yet? If not, have some research to do, pal. Actually, I've done that research, and I debunked every stupid bit of it, buddy. Can't believe you just paid me $5 to say that. Thank you for your $5. You believe in complete nonsense. Next. Like, literally, I debunked all 200 points in the Flat Earth Bible. Some took some math. Some were just blatant lies that were easy. Commercial. Rick Gill, I'd pay to see me destroy Neil deGrasse Tyson too. MJ Pierce, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, buddy. Where's the water? I need to desalinate. We need the desalinization. Kurt, you're right. They're older. What am I supposed to say? Andy, for those who are not keeping up with the chat, I just saw Andy said it won't be long before Morton Salt is my sponsor. I'll take it. Them and Mammoth Nation. I'll take it. Cotopaxi's all right, buddy. Cotopaxi's not bad. Angela, what's your blood pressure? Do I look like I'm unhealthy? Do I look like I'm unhappy? Did you miss me saying why I'm playing the character I'm playing? While I give factual information, why I also take the demeanor that I take. This is the danger of just jumping in the middle of a podcast and running one's mouth. Angela. You look like you need a cold plunge. I hear those are good for you. You have the word porn in your photo icon. So you look like a dumbass. I can't believe I have to say this, by the way. In addition to everything I say about strong body is a strong mind, you should be meditating. You should be healing your traumas. You should be exercising. You should be cutting out all the crap you put into your body and having a great diet. Guys, quit porn. Stop it. You have no idea what these cheap dopamine hits are doing to you. You have no idea how it is actually wrecking you in the real world. Stop it. Seriously, for real. How does Yellowstone fit into the cataclysmic events approaching in the location you suggest to go? Watch the playlist. I've covered Yellowstone about 15 times. It is not a concern. I wouldn't live right next to it because it can effusively erupt like Hawaii, bubbling up and spilling out. It has no explosive potential right now. Zero. And again, watch the playlist. Claiborne, send me some shots of your work via email, and we'll check your skills out. The answer is maybe. Ragtag Dirtbag, Mammoth Nation. The irony is donkey. Yes, it is. Somebody actually said that in the comment section yesterday, and I thought it was really funny. Thought of you, actually. Bruv. Southern Bama again. Hello. About how deep should you be under the earth to survive the micronova? About that much. Anybody in a deep underground military base, what they call DUMBs, is in real bad shape. I wouldn't want to be down there. That's a bad idea. You don't need much. You don't need much. Eat meat, clean vegetables, clear head before you're dead. I like that, Kintara Bella. If you could find a way to slip quit porn into there, that would be a fantastic overall. Je ne sais quoi. Ben, if we could remove the snow and ice from the poles, would that stop the 90-degree tilt? I realize not possible. Keep up the great work. Yeah, maybe in theory, if we could put off. The problem is you'd have to do it very, very, very quickly. You'd have to keep it off because it's just going to keep accumulating up there if you don't. And to get it off that quickly would absolutely raise sea levels. Melting sea ice doesn't do anything to sea levels. Melting ice and snow on land that then goes into the water, that raises sea levels. So in theory, if you could time it perfectly, John. Oh, John, I didn't even realize that was you. What's up, John? If you could time it perfectly and then keep the snow off, you might be able to do some of that, but then you can't stop the micronova from unlocking the crust and the mantle at the low velocity zone. And then all of a sudden, you've got unpredictable stuff happening. I mean, if a disaster is coming, I'd rather just know what's going to happen. But in theory, John, yes, you could affect it. In theory, I think. Could be wrong. Douglas, James, no. No. Just no. Southern Bama, last question. Will metal underground also melt? Very possible. Induced electric current from geomagnetism is strongest in the crust. Yes, it exists in the atmosphere, but it is strongest in the crust. And the further down you go, the thing about induction is when you've got something up here inducing here, it's inducing at the same power. But the problem is the density and the damage it can do is based on how much space that power has. And so literally the entire energy that's in the auroras is induced in the ground, but there's less volume, less area for it to go around. If you go all the way down deeper and deeper, you've got the same amount of energy coming in, but in a smaller space, higher density, more damage. Legit question. Appreciate it. Graham Hardy, appreciate you. Neil Gower, you don't make any sense. GTC, thank you. Appreciate it. N4M333 had a dream with giants knocking on my door. Well, don't keep us in suspense. What happened next? RMO asks about Jeff Bezos' bunker. You mean his bodyguards' bunkers? Because they're just going to take him out the moment that shit goes wrong. You can test them if you want to. I think they're X-Delta or something on that level. Andrew says, I know you've touched on the flooding from the Great Lakes for the Michigan area. Is there any elevation outside of the Rocky Smoky Mountains you think is okay? Not that I can guarantee. Not that I can guarantee. Don't know what else to say, really. It's brutal. Really is. And I wish I had a better, happier answer for you. I really do. After the flood, no man's years shall exceed 120. With the DNA changes after the flip, what if we go back to Methuselah time? Cool. I'm up for another 800 years here. What about you? You guys want to rock a couple centuries on this rock? Bring in the new age the right way? That would be nice. At least I think so. Heartland Oki, question. What would cause a weight differential due in the disaster between the North Pole losing ice and the South Pole gaining ice? I'm not really sure what you're asking there. What would cause a weight differential in the disaster? I mean, what's at the North Pole right now is ocean. What's at the South Pole is land, and that makes a huge difference. Huge difference. I would say that's the number one difference. I mean, just take a look at Greenland. Imagine if the entire North Pole was a landmass. It would look like Antarctica. PR Hitch says, Ben, I'm carnivore, currently reading The Body Keeps the Score. That's a book, right? Yeah. Second time through your playlist. Interested to know if you think the Sahara turning into desert is a result of the crustal flip. Possibly. We know there are greening events in the Sahara, although probably not the entire Sahara, probably just significant portions of it. I do think that deserts come and go, if I can put it that way. I don't know if they can be predicted. I really don't know if that can be predicted. Legit question, though. And again, you're reading a fantastic book right now, and you have a fantastic diet, too. I'm done, I promise. I acknowledge that all metals are subject to melting. Can some of those ceramic knives and similar tools have any problem with the solar micronova? Man, that's a damn good question. Generally, fine ceramics are insulating materials that do not conduct electricity. There's that answer. Now I just have to find that dude who sells knives on infomercials at 3 o'clock in the morning and get myself some of those. Hey, Ben, look at me. I'm Joe Rogan living in LA when the disaster hits. Rabbit hole. Yeah. I don't think he knows another one's coming, or if he does, he certainly doesn't let on. Marisol, are we in the end times? Kinda. Not the end of everything. The end of the world as we know it, the end of this age of Earth, yeah. But there will be another one. Something tells me many observers will start the next one. Knowledge is power. That has been true for a long time, and it's true again now. Hey, brother, how about the bunkers in South Dakota? Also, could you help me edit my master's thesis for publication? Sorry, that's a no. It covers how the aging power grid is a matter of national security. Keep up the good work. So I completely support your master's thesis. I absolutely do not have the time to help you edit it. If you have a specific question about one or two things here or there, or there's something conceptually you want to know, I guess I'd be willing to opine or help you out on a couple of things. But to be perfectly honest, if that's what you're going for, just go with the peer-reviewed literature for now. When you're getting your degrees, when you're in university, this or that, that's not the time to around with stuff that is not fully accepted. You need to make them believe you're going to be standing on their shoulders, giving them credit, propping up the stuff they built their professorships on. Just go with the peer-reviewed literature for now. Then you can be free. That goes for everybody in university. Classes, thesis, dissertations, that's not the time to be bold. Put it that way. As for your thing about South Dakota, I think only the hard, only the strong, if I may quote from 300. Only the hard, only the strong, if South Dakota is where you're planning to be. Mike Hawk, thank you very much. Robert Budnick. Bobby Budnick, how you doing, buddy? A lot of you guys have probably met Bob. He's a good dude. Michael, nice studio. It will be. It's going to get much nicer. I'm still using this Bush League 1980s CNN camera that Apple decided to build into my $3,000 MacBook Pro. Chodes. Anyway, hi, Ben. Graham from Australia. Just sent 2 photos to your email. Tattoos designed by me, but inspired by yourself. That is outstanding. I won't be coming to Australia for a tattoo, but you could come here. Highly recommend option B, by the way. Oh, I just saw another one from that dude. I'll get to it in a second. Might there be a plan for expansion of Observer Ranch in the near future, Observer Ranch 2.0? If it works and everything goes well, yes, absolutely. But, however, not in places I don't think will survive. So no, there's not going to be an Observer Ranch, Florida. No, there's not going to be an Observer Ranch, New York. No, there's not going to be an Observer Ranch, Orange County. Up and down the new Valley of the Sun, perhaps. Perhaps. But yes, the answer is yes. Hi, Ben. Appreciate how you share your knowledge with us. Any recommendations on best and worst times to get sun exposure for immune system health, vitamin D, and melatonin? At this point in time, things aren't bad enough that it's a real worry. Unless you're burning yourself, like unless you're actually getting sunburn, just get out there. It'll be fine. I should probably plug my computer in so it doesn't lose all its battery. Oops. Loving the new background set in studio. Keep it real. Don't be afraid to tell it like it will be. People watch the playlist. Playlist your homework. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Man, I can hear the fan on my computer. It's getting hot. Oh, dung is fun. Hello again, Mr. Porn. I have a question. What happens from a solar flare? Is it radiation, protons, or neutrons? I know that carbon are in atmosphere, that the carbon in our atmosphere reduces radiation. You said, I know the carbon in our atmosphere reduces radiation, but you put a question mark at the end of it. So first of all, a solar flare is just X-rays. It's just X-rays. Are you thinking of a coronal mass ejection? Because that is mostly protons and electrons and hydrogen, a little bit, helium, a little bit, ionized iron, a little bit. And that can take out our power grids. That's where all the geomagnetic induced current risk comes from. N4M333. If I wasn't an electromagnet myself, I'd find all this really difficult to accept. I feel you on that one. Thank you, Mr. Sawinski. Appreciate it. Like others have said in the chat, Rogan lives in Austin, Texas. Oh, okay. Austin is California. It's the equivalent of an embassy in a foreign nation. Yeah, I was born in Austin, Texas, and I understand. I haven't been back there in a while. I understand that it is not a place I would enjoy. There'd be a lot of... Is every solar system hit by the galactic current sheet? Yes, but not every star is going to react the same way. In fact, I would say only moderate-sized G and maybe some F-type stars are going to have a micronova. A lot of other ones are going to have dust production events if they're larger, super flares if they're smaller. Donna, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Guys, we're going to do this for another couple of minutes, and that's about all. 1 second here. Ooh, it is getting hot. My laptop is getting hot. Interesting. AMR Cold, thank you very much. We likely to have a grid down the solar max? No, I still like my prediction. We only have about a 25% chance of losing grids during the sunspot cycle. It's kind of a scary number. Yes, I agree, but still that's less than 50-50. So I do think we're going to make it through this sunspot cycle. But that's just me. That's just me. You could see some things. I mean, we've lost satellites. We've had minor technological disruptions, but we have lost some satellites. In fact, I didn't talk about this one in the morning news because it's kind of a question mark. So We lost those Starlink satellites. We lost Icon, still not back. The Mars Maven mission had to go into emergency mode a couple weeks ago, right about the time it was hit. Mars, that is, was hit with the CME. Coincidence? I don't know. I wasn't there. Safest place on Earth to be when the polar shift happens for real. Colorado, the new valley of the sun, but not Denver. Not Denver. Hair dye poison is nothing to mess with. Give me a rattlesnake first. Boo Denver in the chat. Free Top G or boo Denver in the chat? Did somebody just ask why not Denver? So, not every Democrat city is a liberal shithole, but the name liberal shithole exists for a reason. Denver is why. Places like Denver is why. I have been to every big city. Kitsy Boulder is Denver. Stop it. I have been to every big city in this country. I have seen how terrible some of them are. Denver is the worst one I have seen by a long way. Hair dye central. That, and it's even more than Hollywood, it is the center of actual satanic practice in this country, possibly the world. I don't know. I've heard some scary things about Spain and France, but yeah. You walk down there with a big cross around your neck, you will literally see people upset with you. Not everybody, but you will see some people, they give themselves away like that. Annie Gunderson, thank you for the teal pair. I appreciate that very much. I like how many people listened and either put Free Top G or Boo Denver in the chat. That makes me smile. Free Top G. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The first emergency meeting they do when Andrew and Tristan get out of jail, holy cow. After being wrongfully imprisoned for all this time, holy cow. Holy cow. RMO, you say you're a pagan, but you love crosses. Do you consider yourself a Satanist? Do you use the pentagram? Do you have any idea what you're doing? Any idea at all? I do. I also know there's a very good chance that whoever told you or whatever books you read lied to you. And anything you gain or think you have gained, you will pay for. I've seen it in this life or the next one. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, like I said, I don't know much about paganism. He's saying it's not about pentagrams, not about that other stuff. The way they used to believe in gods and the importance of the planets and stuff, okay, yeah, there's some good stuff to that. I was mostly a minute ago just talking to the people who actually think Satanism is something good. You can't believe how many people there are in Denver who think that way. You wouldn't believe it. That's what bullets are for. Them and minor attracted people. Anyway, what do you say we clap it off there? I know somebody's going to sneak in with another super chat before we end. But, guys, thanks for coming along. The studio is – thanks, Robert. Oh, Bob, in the 1959 store was copper melted, would have a solar generator under 2 inches of dirt, and a plastic container survived it. Maybe, Bob. Maybe. Again, we don't know exactly how bad it was. Having it in a plastic container would have sure been the key there, but that would have worked sitting up on the ground. You wouldn't even need to put it under dirt if that was the case. And yeah, a lot of copper did melt in the 1959 event, caught things on fire. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming on. I like the new backdrop. I think it's pretty cool. Can't wait for the studio to be done. Anyway, Links down below the video. Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate the teal pair send off. Links down there below the video. Mammoth Nation. There's nothing wrong with being patriotic. And to the people who are like, oh, anything conservative is racist. Ugh! If you're extreme left or extreme right, you're really kind of not welcome here. If you're somewhere in the middle who doesn't say stupid things and put ridiculous umbrellas over everybody else like that, come join us around the fire. Anyway, link to Mammoth Nation. They're willing to give you observers 30% off. Use the links in the promo code down there. Follow on Twitter, especially because we got a great little gorgeous solar eruption that we put in there just before coming online here. A little preview of tomorrow's show. Our store is going away next month. Be sure to grab some of those designs and styles before they are retired forever. And the other thing that is linked down there is, of course, the Earth disaster playlist. But, I mean, who am I kidding? You've all seen that, right? Anyway. I'll see you in the morning for the daily show. Be safe, everyone.